Hey guys, I apologize for my sweaty demeanor here. I am baking in the Florida sun. That being said, I am pretty excited to show you this right here, which is Campsite Reserve's newest destination trailer. Like, destination trailers have exploded, right? And why? Well, housing isn't getting any cheaper. And if you want to get like an awesome guest house, a vacation home, this right here is a fantastic option. I really like this because it's perfect for two people if it's just going to be two of you, but the floor plan also offers for a lot of flexibility in guests. Starting off, there are going to be a few different entrances, right? So there is this one right here. The thing I like about this is that the stairs attach to the outside, right? And that is super intentional. That way you can just remove the stairs and be able to park it at a spot where you have a deck and be able to, build that right there. Normally, right, the stairs attach inside. Then if you want to remove them, there's a bunch of holes in the floor, but because it's a sliding door, they went with this setup. And again, removing them is fantastic. You can put your deck there, you're good to go. This one right here is going to the primary bath. This is a 2-bath destination trailer. So you get 2 full baths in here. We have our bed here. There's also a sofa, and upstairs there are going to be 2 what appear to glance to be queen beds. I would have to take a further look when we go up there. Maybe I'll see if I can't solve that for you, because this is actually my first time being in this floor plan. So I am just as excited to be in this floor plan and show you as hopefully you guys are watching. So let's get into the primary bath. As I said, right, we have kind of the double here, right, the Jack and Jill style. We have the 2 medicine cabinets up top, storage down below. As you would expect, yes, this one has a tankless water heater, so near limitless hot water. I mean, if you don't have full hookup, you're not using this right. I don't know why you'd ever try to boondock with something this big. But you will see right over to the side is going to be your shower head there. And then you have a vent fan over to this side. Now, they have to put it in the sidewall because up top is the loft, so you can't have a standard vent up there. And that's great for the shower, but if you're making a stinky, might be a little bit of a problem. There is a door there, but I would definitely store some spray underneath just in case. All right, enough of that. Let's get into the bedroom. So here it is. This is going to be a king bed in a slide out. Shelves there. You have your lights, windows, storage across the top. There's also a wardrobe right over here to the side if you want to hang your clothes. You'll see a single inverted outlet right there. Again, in the event that you are boondocking with this thing, you can plug it like a CPAP machine in there and be able to operate it. Now, right over here at the foot of the bed, they have a desk. And I do like this option because, again, you're probably going to be spending some time in this. That is how it is built. So you have the desk here. You have a few drawers. Hopefully there's an electrical outlet. Oh, no. I guess you have to plug in over there. Oh, man, that's kind of a design flaw, folks. I'm not going to lie. That makes me a little sad. I really wish I would have had something underneath. Well, regardless, I guess if you want to use it as like a vanity, like a powder space, right? Like a prep space, you can do that too. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, but I think that definitely should have had an outlet there. Fireplace over to the side, spot for a TV up top. Good with that. Big window here. Love that as well. All right, let's kind of get into the rest of the floor plan. So as soon as you come in, you do have laundry right here. I do like the proximity of this to the bedroom. This is essentially a wardrobe. So if you don't want washer and dryer, you can hang clothes in here. You also see the steps I was referring to that hook up outside. Nice and easy there. But going up the steps is our double loft. You can see they are going to be on 2 different levels, a little bit more room on this side. And that is because they want enough space for people to be able to sit and be able to have a bed here. Now, as far as space, if I sit, you will see, at 6 foot tall, I cannot sit straight up, right? My head does hit. So bear that in mind as far as space. But I can still crawl up here. I don't know that I can show a crawl. I can still crawl up here without any big issues, right? And it's got to be queen bed. Looks like 2 queen beds. Don't quote me on that. I will have to check, but it looks like 2 queen beds up here. Huge, huge beds. You can easily, as you can see, easily sleep 2 people per. And I really like this because, again, this is not built just for kids like most are. It just has like a bunch of singles. You can sleep 4 adults up here. How cool is that, right? You want like a wine weekend or like, a fun weekend with some friends. You can invite them out to your vacation home and they have a place to sleep, which is super cool. You also see some storage right up there. You have overhead as well as the bottoms are open. And I really like that. just because if you have like duffel bags, things like that, is plenty of space for it. You also have electrical outlets and USB ports here. You have some over there. You'll also have some over here. The only thing when I was up here a little bit earlier that I found was missing is I don't see a spot for a TV, which bumps me out a little bit, but not a ton, right? Like, you know, basically this is a spot to sleep, not to hang out. And I understand because, you know, like I said, you can't really sit up, so you'd have to watch it while laying down. Not that that's a problem either, but it's just not how they built it. Pretty tough to see on camera, but there is going to be a second AC right there to keep things nice and cool. You have some vents up here as well, but honestly, I'm just gonna have that thing on quick dump, just have that sucker wide open. Now over here, you have some additional space. So the thing about this is, like, let's say you have, you know, if you're my age, right, a lot of your friends have kids. So what's cool is that the adults can sleep over here, and then on this side, you can put like a nugget or something like that, or maybe just like a small blow-up mattress, or maybe just like a sleeping bag, and have kiddos sleep on this side. I do like that. And again, there are going to be some ducts over here to keep it cooler. And as I said, you have the outlets there as well. So I like this setup. I like what they did with the loft. Nice thick grab handle here as well. Like, as an adult, I appreciate a big grab handle because these stairs are a little steep. And that just makes it feel a little bit safer coming in and out. Now, if I shut this door where the laundry was, we have this space underneath that second loft. And, well, would you look at that? This is going to be our second bath. There is a battery disconnect there, just so you're aware, in case, you know, again, you're shutting it down for a little bit and don't want that slow parasitic draw. As you would expect, porcelain foot flush lever toilet. You have the sink over there, the mirrored medicine cabinet, and the shower. Once again, same thing with the vent because we have the loft up top. And I probably should have done this in the other one. I'll do it in this one though. But just to give you an idea, at 6 foot tall, I am, you know, my hair's a little fluffy, but it is touching the ceiling. So you can't be much taller than that, or you'd have to duck down. But at 6 foot tall, I can stand in here, which, you know, again, for being a loft, that is pretty impressive. And again, remember, this is the shorter side. You have even more space in the back there. All right, let's flip it back around, talk about the main living area and the kitchen. So I really like this. You have the kitchen island. You have bar stools on both sides there. Plenty of prep space over to the side. Your 3-burner cooktop. You have the convection microwave air fryer there. So we'll go over here and let's take a look. Let's open this guy up. Take a look at how big this fridge freezer is, folks. This is huge. You have so much space in here. Absolutely love it. Right down below, you're going to have the double door freezer, right? Keeping things nice and cool. Up top, up above that, not sure if you're a wine drinker or not, but they do have spot for wine bottles. If nothing else, looks nice, right? And then over to the side here is going to kind of be like some additional pantry space. Right down beneath that is going to be your breaker panel, as well as your converter. Honestly, I kind of wish that they lowered this door all the way to the bottom so that when I shut this, it kind of covered it. But I'm gonna guess they didn't because of ventilation reasons. But as I said, 3-burner cooktop. You will see this guy, so you kind of have trash. Well, it looks like a black hole, but you have trash access right down underneath there, so you're gonna just throw it in the trash. A couple of drawers here as well. Nice big window, plenty of lighting up top. I am kind of shocked that they didn't have like their, oh, it's not working. Oh, there it goes. I'm kind of bummed that they didn't have like their classic like little hangers here, like little robe hooks to hang like mugs, pots, pans, things like that. Normally, Campsite has that above the kitchen area, so I'm a little shocked they didn't, but they didn't. You're gonna have an electrical outlet over there, and then as we spin around, we can take a look at the kitchen island. So, kitchen island here, nice and big. Like I said, you have 2 seats, storage space underneath. Not a ton, but there is a tiny bit. Over to the side, a couple of additional drawers there. And then as we look at the other side, we can see windows galore. So many windows. You have the sectional sofa there. That, again, does pull out, so you have a little bit of additional sleeping. We have the table with 4 chairs. You get this guy, all right, like a nice little ottoman here, so you can put your feet up. It does have storage in it as well. It is foldable and collapsible, so you know, if you want to store it away, it is nice and easy to do that. You have the wall sconces there, decorative beams. Not sure if we saw those earlier. Of course, ceiling fan there too. Nice lighting, beautiful decorative beams here. And as I mentioned a little bit earlier, we talked about the other entrance, and you can see right there, you have an entrance right off the back. So if you have access to something in the back, we're able to get out that way as well. And then we have the entertainment center here. You know, you can see a little bit of storage, fireplace there as well. And if we open that up and you take a look, I mean, there is just a ton of storage in this thing. Really, you know, kind of helps just really complete the fact that, you know, you're going to be staying in this for a while. That's kind of the purpose of a destination trailer. Like I said, whether this is a vacation home or a spot for friends, or you have, you know, lakefront, like this has all the space, all the sleeping capability that you would want. That is your second AC right up there, folks. And then this one does have the 14-inch fan there. So as you're cooking, you can quickly and easily get the smells out. We'll take a quick walk around the outside. Again, there's not a ton on a destination trailer, but I'll at least show you what you're working with. Okay, so let's take a quick walk. You'll see right here you have two 30-pound propane tanks, battery right there as well. Taking a look at the front, it is a wall, just like you would expect. Destination trailers are not the most aerodynamic things. They certainly are meant to move, but not a whole lot. You can see all the windows you have, nice big awning. This is the entrance we went into that again led into that primary bath. You can see the steps there. Outside TV with some speakers here. So again, if you have like that deck set up, right, or the porch or the raised patio, whatever you want to call it, you can have that here and be able to watch TV right outside. And because these fold up, I mean, if you want, you can just leave those folded up and just kind of drop it down, you know, and have like your own wooden steps being able to get up onto the patio there. So you also have a propane quick connect right here. Now, if you do build the patio, you're probably going to want to make sure that you leave a hole there so you can run a hose down to be able to connect in there if you want to utilize it. Not that you have to, but, you know, just again, kind of this is a little extra knowledge piece, something to think through as you are building that patio out. Windows galore, folks. I mean, you know, they are tinted, as you can see, right? You kind of have like that silver reflective tint. What a beautiful sky, by the way. But that's going to help keep UV out, right? Like UV just damages and destroys everything. So having the tinted windows is a huge plus, you know, not just for, again, for privacy, but for me, it's more just the fact that it's going to help keep everything inside from getting damaged by UV. You also see right down below, again, we have those outside connectors for the steps if you want. Or once again, if you want to have a back patio, you can absolutely build that and have a way in and out. And I think that is super cool. So depending on where you're at, you certainly have all sorts of options. Then kind of coming around to the side here again, you know, a destination trailer, nothing too crazy on the outside, but we do just want to hit on a few connections as well as some additional storage. So your water is going to be right here. Of course, city, fresh for your fresh tank, black tank flush, and then 50 amp power supply as you would expect. But as I mentioned, this one does have a tankless water heater. That's where that's going to be located. And as we come up front a little bit, you can see some additional storage. As we take a look here, this is going to be the steps for the back. This is going to be some screens for your sliders. So it's just a nice little convenient spot to be able to put those. And then coming up a little bit further here, you have your tank dumps. I don't know if you can see that, but you're going to have black and gray tank dumps right there. And if we kind of get down underneath, what you will notice, well, if I can get low enough, there we go, is that those are going to be cable, and yes, those are going into the underbelly, and yes, that is going to be enclosed and insulated. Now, does that mean it's going to be able to withstand freezing temps? Probably not. If it's kind of right on that border, you know, where it's like right in the low 30s, you might be okay, but you start getting down into the 20s, or, you know, down to the teens, and yeah, it's probably not going to hold up unless you do, you know, some serious skirting and things like that. You also see an outside shower with hot and cold water access, black tank flush, and then right here you have access to some of your components. You can see your hydraulic pump there, as well as where you would put in your fluid, of course, to be able to operate the slides. And then as we saw inside, you know, we have our vent fans there too. So like I said, folks, you're looking for a destination trailer. You have a seasonal lot. You're looking for something where you can both entertain, feel relaxed, have guests over, have a place for them to sleep. This right here is an excellent one to do so. My favorite part about all of it, though, is that it's more affordable than you probably think. And if you're saying, okay, you're saying that, how much is it? Well, you can click on the link in the description and it will show you the one that is closest to you, as well as transparent pricing. So click on that and you may be the happy owner of this new beauty right here. Thanks again for watching, folks. I'm Ian Baker, and until next time, we'll see you.